Atiku Abubakar, we dey call him the unifier, and him job now to save we country and bring our people together. He get Nigeria for mind, and he ready to work make Nigeria safe and better again. Atiku dey come together with Ifeanyi Okabe job be power to the people. Na Atiku Okowa coalition Edo State
prospers when good men and women only wish for peace, but never take a step to make peaceful elections happen. Are you a father? Are you a mother? What are you explaining to them? What the consequences of electoral violence might be? Do your part to make peaceful elections happen. Talk to your children. Protect them from unscrupulous politicians who want to put them in harm's way, while their own children are comfortable at home, within and outside the country. Let's join hands to make elections peaceful. This message is from the National Orientation Agency, NOAA.
What is happening? Your eyes are red. You are armed with a machete and a gun.
See, I am angry and I can't even contain it. See.
Oh, my guy, calm down. Calm down.
See, Oga. I have planned to go and destroy these people's businesses in the city. I have to retaliate for what they've done at our own place. They cannot eat their cake and have it now. Never.
If you destroy their business here, and they destroy that of those close to you over there, especially that your brother who sends you steady cash, how would you survive? Would your dreams be on hold?
See, what you're saying is correct. But I'm still angry.
The best way is to embrace peace. With peace and unity,
my people, let us embrace, learn to live as brothers.
Today, we're here to tell you that while we may not be there yet, our military and other security agencies have succeeded and are succeeding in substantially restoring security across the nation. As far as the daunting security challenges we face are concerned, we can tell you it's over.
Landscape and prospects, a diagnostic report examines
the investments of the Federation to the sector from the 30 billion that was given by the President back in 2016, and then the portion of the Natural Resources Development Fund that goes to Solid Minerals Development Fund. It's about time that this sector shows some serious activity.
And Nigeria's equities advanced by 0.24% as investors gain 72 billion naira amid increased demand in consumer goods stocks. At the end of the trading, a total of
177,000 in funds yesterday for 3 hours. I didn't have network, my MTN 9. I'm sure it happened to so many too. Now, below the name flag, there are other stories trending. Army orders GOCs to ensure conducive atmosphere for election. We cancelled Rivers rally to avoid bloodshed, that's according to Atiku. The stories on pages 2 and 8 of the New Telegraph. A court to hear final for future application on Patience Jonathan's $5.81 million, 2.4 billion naira, March 28. That's when the application will be had. It's on page 6. Nnamdi Kanu Haneze unhappy Buhari didn't grant Amichi's last wish. That's talking about in Falana. CSO's alleged hidden plot by governors to cause mayhem. All right. Nigeria emerges OPEC's most improved crude oil supplier for January. That's upward review of salary not automatic for political, judicial, and public office holders. That's on page 4. NEC backs Nigeria Agenda 2050 to create 165 million jobs projects, poverty reduction from 83 million in 2020 to 2.1 million by 2050. Naira crisis. Wajabia Mila Shaolu launch palliatives for the vulnerable. The story on pages 28 and 30. Valentine's Day. Nigeria leads in search for Google. Page 27. All right. At the bottom of the newspaper, presidency. We need leader that will unite, secure Nigeria. As Baba Ahmed there. And of course, there are writers to that. PDP will form the next government, says that Atiku, over reliance on vote. Tinubu promises to increase revenue generation. Buhari calls for suspension of UAE's blanket visa ban on Nigeria. requests resumption of Emirates operations, urges national cohesion as he's conferred with traditional title in Owerri. Long-term exposure to air pollution increases depression risks. That's according to study. All that on page 8. Kinsley.
Okay, well, the blueprint has stories similar to what you read already from the New Telegraph. So I just take a few of them and skip the riders, because there are many riders to the lead headline as well as the second lead above that. And of course, the FCT, quarry workers and investors beg federal government for prompt compensation. Chukwudi.
Thank you, Kingsley. Emefiele justifies Naira redesign and accuses politicians of mopping up the new Naira notes. Some people have alleged that what was this, he says, scarcity of new notes ameliorated by over-the-counter payments and use of super agents to complement ATM cash payouts. What I still applaud readily is the desire to forge more financial inclusion by raising participation in banking by the citizenry. Remember, we said just 2 days ago or so that we are happy that more stores or store owners are now using the POS machine to transact business. We should remember that stemming banditry and ransom take part of the reason for the redesign. The question is it all working? Has purpose been sabotaged? Higher elsewhere. Anxiety as FG states return to Supreme Court today. This is to be expected.
Why did you have to buy the 5,000 naira for 600 naira? Why did you have to buy?
I needed money to spend.
And you had no POS points, you had no transfers to make?
Sometimes you don't want to spend 1.5 hours at the ATM payout.
No, I'm not talking about ATM.
A fish from a woman market.
Say that I was told you have keep the little you have keep. If you by the time you add up the little amounts that people are holding minus those who are trying to hold for purposes later this month, that one is a different. Those ones are industrial scale holders.
Let's forgive people who are suffering from circumstantial ignorance. Why would they keep the money?
You know what? Stupid. You must buy. You must buy. So if you are hoarding, you are hoarding. After hoarding, you must buy.
You must buy.
I still spend cash every day, and if you don't change will change you.
Change will change you.
And when change changes you, you will find it difficult to adjust yourself.
Change will push you aside.
So you better follow.
Move on.
Let me also drop this. You might not. I don't say it's a middle one. Well, look at the fruit platter we have on our table this morning. Do you know? Just ask yourself. You buy fruits sometimes, and those fruits you have to throw some of them away. Simply because they just decayed, or you couldn't just take them, or you said, no, I don't want to take an apple this morning, or this is a mango, I don't want to take a mango. Let me, orange, maybe perhaps I'll take a tangerine, or take a slice of watermelon. There are food items, some food items, or even simple groceries. Yes. You buy, you just stock them, and after they expire in your presence.
When you have neighbors who need them.
Well, it happens all over the world. It goes now. Before you go and say you want to go and buy this thing, you check. And then
yes, it's a very good thing.
All right,
please, quickly, please let me do this. EFCC raises alarm over what it calls sponsored protests for the removal of its chairman, Abdul Rashid Bawa. And somewhere in the same newspaper, pro and anti-Bawa civil society organizations trade words over calls for Bawa's sack. Look, is it all storm in a teacup? I want to ask. Should Bawa bother if he is blameless? My people would say, Okolo Fuma Adiekenke. You know what that means? A man with a clear conscience does not and should not steal.
Business do I have to know to campaign for Bawa to leave?
Yeah.
I don't have any concern because one, he's doing his job, right? If the government that appointed Bawa says he's not performing optimally, well, that's a different kettle of fish. But for you to come and say you are CSO and you are promoting the removal of somebody who is doing his job, I don't want to believe it because this guy is really hot soup to chase these guys around is not easy. It's not a tea party.
I agree with you totally.
You know? It's a tea party.
It's a coffee party. Happens at the Supreme Court, and thereafter, of course, God willing, we'll have the opportunity of having an interaction around that. Chukudi, we appreciate your being around.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, as always.
Okay, it's Good Morning Nigeria. We're live on NTA's network service, broadcasting from our Abuja headquarters studios. We'll take a short break now. When we return, it will be time for us to examine the peace accord signed by political parties against the backdrop of widespread violence in the lead-up to this year's elections.
It's a new dawn for Nigeria. Oh, better days are coming. Better days that gives us hope and strength. All Latino boys determined to keep this hope alive. Bring the smiles back to all Nigerians.
It's a new dawn in Nigeria. Renewed hope beckons on our people. The silver lining dots the skies. The firmament portents a bright future as the people of Nigeria move whom they have come to trust for the realization of their aspirations for a better Nigeria. That man is Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. He has been tested. He can be trusted. Vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as President of Nigeria 2023. Vote Kashim
your sister. This is the mindset of the new Nigeria. It is also the mindset that we must all adopt. Let us support each other in creating the Nigeria of our dreams. This message is from the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA.
Critical military objectives of total defeat of the terrorists in the northeast is already been achieved. Synchronized group and air operations have continued to inflict huge casualties on the terrorists, and they have been forcing many of them, including their commanders and emirs, to surrender in droves with members.
This is what you plan to do for the electorate and how you intend to relieve the sufferings and bring succor. Nigeria is in dire need of patriotism. Focus on making your vision clear to the electorate. Don't engage in verbal abuses, fake news or speeches. Keep dealing with issues that will people by being above board, by being civil, patriotic and showing empathy. Let's join hands to make 2023 elections peaceful. A message from the National Orientation Agency.
What we face mostly